What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Quizine TV, where we quiz the cuisine, and this time we have made the trek, the absolutely treacherous journey all the way from London up to the Midlands to Birmingham, specifically to try this incredible restaurant that we've heard so much about. We are at mughal-e-azam. This is a celebration of Mughlai food, so it's basically traditional North Indian cuisine. I mean, the menu is very diverse and it's got a spread from the subcontinent, but the theme here is very much grand, Mughal, almost imperial, where South Asia is basically remembered for a lot of its Mughlai imperial glory. It encompasses that sentiment all in one place, and the building here is super impressive because it's actually used to be a church. These guys took over the church and completely renovated it, so you've got these really high ceilings, these dome structures, and you've even got the stained glass windows left behind it from the old church, so you can see Jesus making a pop-up every so often. So this is super cool. Food, I've heard, is absolutely delicious, but we'll obviously be the judge of that. We've ordered a massive spread. It's coming out shortly and we are so excited. Alright guys, we're going to start off with what's traditionally seen as a breakfast item in the Indian subcontinent, and that is the halwa-foodie. So we get the deep fried roti almost, so it's a puri lathered in oil. Literally it's like a sponge. If you squeeze it, drips of oil will come oozing out on your fingers. So a nice oily bread. We get a little bit of the chana, and a bit controversial, but this is the way I like to do it, chana mixed with the halwa, which is semolina. Oh my god, that is absolutely unbelievable. Chana is spiced just right actually. You get a little bit of a slow release spice afterwards, and this just really neutralizes it. That is also a very rich, decadent halwa as well. This is oozing luxury, this place. It's themed after the Mughals, royalty in the Indian subcontinent, and you definitely feel like a king eating here. Let's go, potatoes next. Oh, very, very good. Chickpeas and potato are quite similar if you think about it in terms of texture, dexterity, but they work wonderfully well together, so I'm not complaining. And then we're gonna have some of the red onions and the achar, which is a pickle that they give her as well. Oh my god. Those red onions are slightly bitter as well. I think they've also been pickled, and they're topped with a bit of coriander as well. Just the flavor explosion. This is unbelievable. As breakfast goes, mughal-e-azam, ladies and gentlemen, definitely a place to check out. But now we're going to move on to the big boys. Next up is going to be the halim. You guys have seen me and Mahmoud sample this in Lahore. I'm not sure if this place is going to taste better than Lahore, but let's go, let's give it a try. This is of course almost like a wheat stew mixed in with lentils, cooked slowly until it emulsifies and mixes with meats. In this case it's I believe lamb, and then we've got bits of ginger that you chuck over the top just to add another extra bit of flavor. So we've got lemon, we've got crispy onions, we've got a bit of coriander, and of course ginger. Let's go. Now this is traditionally served as a stew. Oh my god. Oh, those crispy onions. That crunch is unbelievable. This is the right level of flavor. I've had some halims which have blown my head off in spice. This isn't that spicy, but it's the right level of spice. And it's so flavoursome. Very rich and creamy in texture as well. That is a fantastic halim. I'm giving that a 7 out of 10. Right, another traditional breakfast item, but is kind of eaten all day nowadays, is of course the nihari. You guys remember Mahmoud, the man himself, tried this with me in Karachi. Now we're in Birmingham. Let's see how it fares. It's Let's get a little bit of that slow cook lamb shank in that beautiful, fatty, juicy broth. And then we've got a bit of ginger in there.
Nihari, man. It's not a joke, is it?
Oh my God, I'm lost for words. You guys know how much I love nihari. It's one of my favorite dishes ever in the world. It's just so comforting. It's the definition of comfort food. Every single bite of that broth just feels like comfort. It's unlike any other stew. Nothing compares. Everything else pales in comparison when it comes to comfort and richness to the nihari. Again, an excellent nihari. I rate that very highly. And I've actually enjoyed it with some garlic naan, fresh off the tandoor, which is also absolutely delicious. Good spice to that as well. A very good spice. Now, onto something slightly bit more controversial next. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the maghaz, or brain. So we've got a bit of lamb brain here. It is spiced up significantly though. I can see peppers, I can see chilies, I can see ginger, and of course it's got a lot of that masala sauce. I've always said sweetbreads, stuff like brain, kidney, liver, all the rest of it, it's got a very, very gamey taste to it. But if you spice it well, give it the right treatment, the flavors are delicious. I've had a whole head of lamb, you guys remember, in Jordan, and that was practically just boiled and it was atrocious. But generally, the South Asians, I think, have mastered the art of making a good brain curry. So, here we go. Brain time. Brain in Birmingham. Oh. I can't fault that. Very, very spicy actually. It's the spiciest thing I've put in my mouth so far. But the texture of the brain is like jelly. It's almost like a cottage cheese. It just dissolves, melts in your mouth. And I feel like I've gone up a few points in IQ. So, win-win. And then, of course, lastly, ladies and gentlemen, the absolute beast, the behemoth. This is basically their tandoori mixed grill. Look at the selection of meats they've got on that. That is huge. And for £28, that is very reasonable. I think 3 people, normal people, could eat this. Me, obviously, myself, could take it down. But I wouldn't encourage that. Eat responsibly in the same way as you drink responsibly and smoke responsibly. Now, a half-eaten lamb chop is what I'm about to turn my attention to next.
Who's eating that, mate?
The man behind the camera has couldn't control himself. Shock. Let's go. Oh my god.
It's a joke, isn't it? It's actually really
That is a joke. That. Oh, sorry, you want me to review? Genuinely delicious. That lamb is cooked to absolute perfection. Super, super tender. Got a nice little fiery tandoor taste to it. And it's not overspiced. A very, very good lamb chop. And a very good size as well. Hard to come by a healthy sized lamb chop these days, but look at that. Let's get a bit of sheikh kebab next. By the way, this is served with a great selection of sauces. We've got mint sauce, we've got a bit of mango chutney, and we've got that red chili sauce. So let's dip the sheikh kebab into the mango chutney, which you guys know is one of my favorites. The difference, by the way, a home-cooked fresh sheikh kebab is, when you compare it to a store-bought one, is elite. This is wonderfully tender. That smoky taste is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, the South Asian sausage, is it the best type of sausage? I'll leave you guys to decide. Let's do a bit of chicken tikka. Good bit of chicken breast. I'm gonna dip that in the chili sauce next. Lord. Lordy Lord. Very moist and juicy chicken breast. Hard to do with chicken breast in general, even harder to do in the tandoor. But again, they've mastered it. Finally, something slightly different here is the chicken wings. Wouldn't usually find something like this on a mixed grill in a, you know, South Asian place, but this is their quirk, I guess, and it looks very good. Oh my goodness, that is an absolutely elite chicken wing. In fact, I think this might be my favourite thing on here. It's that good.
Really?
Genuinely. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is everything that we've ordered here. Mood, you're up. Absolute shock and horror. I went to the toilet very briefly to return to Mahmoud.
I'm sorry, man.
Unable to control himself.
Sorry, I had a bite of that lamb chop.
And everything
before
changed.
we did anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it enticed me massively to try everything else.
Everything changed just like that.
You know, I'm a massive fan of meat in general. The way this is cooked is unbelievable. I'm not gonna say too much about the lamb chop. Mahathir said everything that needs to be said clearly by banging the first one and half the second one. Well, what I'm keen to try is the nihari, mate. Because we tried.
Test, mate. You've been to Pakistan.
We tried the most elite nihari in the world, probably.
If you go for the nihari with that though, I'm gonna have to slap you.
What am I doing?
The naan, mate.
Oh shit, the naan's there.
How dare you?
Shit.
He's gonna have a nihari with a puri. And that's what makes him an Egyptian at the end of the day.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm an imposter, mate. Let's be honest, I'm literally an imposter. Tongue is tantalized with all the flavor I'm having, man. Oh, yes. Oi. Oh. Why is it going up in spice as you bite? Mate, that's very good. Is that coriander in there? The green stuff, is that coriander?
Coriander, yeah.
Because that kicks in very nasty and it neutralizes all the other spices a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not as
Has
good
it
as
got
Pakistan.
anything in from Karachi?
It's not as good as Pakistan, but generally speaking, and I've tried everything here, apart from the brain so far, I've got a history with brain. Not that kind of history, but I've got a history with brain. And that is not as good, but so far, the whole cuisine, this is one of the best South Asian places I've been to.
You've
Honestly,
ever been to?
I think
we've been to a lot of South
a
Asian
lot,
places
mate, a
together.
lot. Making the trip to Birmingham, obviously a massive South Asian community, the standards are going to be very high. So I'm not surprised that we found this spot is elite. Honestly, elite. I've just been yamming away whilst Mahathir was in the toilet, and it's just been unreal, mate.
Try the halim for me, mate.
I'll try anything for you. Bit of naan as well.
Bit of naan. Don't come at me with a puri, mate.
Oh shit, you're going to tell me about the the halal puri that's on my top.
Incredibly sorry.
I remember I had the chicken and the...
You did?
Is it
Quizine halim, remember?
Yeah.
Bit
I
of
think I
quizine.
preferred the chicken one, but let's see.
This is a meat one.
This is the meat one, isn't it? I know you say this is comforting, but my definition of comforting is that.
Really?
You know, something like lentil soup. Very thick, very warm. It's just like, it's almost like thick baby food. Just melts in your mouth.
I mean, if you gave that much spice to a baby, then you might kill it.
It's not that spicy. That's more spicy.
True, but it's got a little bit of
No, mate.
masala layer
That
to it,
is so good, by the way. Mate, that's so good.
huh? You like it?
That's actually really good. What the fuck? That's actually very good.
Better than Pakistan?
Dare I say, it might
told
actually be better than the one that we had in,
Told
was it
you,
Lahore?
very good halim. Yeah, we
Mate,
had
that's
it in Lahore.
very good. I think that takes it for me, mate. Which is saying something because we had it in the sauce. That's unbelievable. I did not think I was going to like that much. And then lastly,
Yes.
we know what I think of brain, mate.
Comes next. You have a complex relationship with brain, don't you?
I do.
Why is that?
I think we know what happened in Jordan, mate. It's probably the closest I've ever come to throwing up.
What, in your
I
life?
eat anything under the sun. No food can come in my way, but the one we had in Jordan when I nearly puked, that was just the most disgusting experience ever.
Well, now you're
but-
having Pakistani brain, mate.
Pakistani brain, mate, is different. Let's see. Not for me, man.
What is it?
It's not their fault. It's the texture. It's the. It feels like there's just like something swimming around my mouth, and I just can't explain what it is. I don't like it. Not for me.
You're not a brain boy, are
I'm
you?
gonna stop listening to you and trying that brain anywhere else. So, but apart from that, honestly, that's my own personal preference. This place is up there with the very best South Asian cuisines.
All in all, Mahmoud review, 10 out of 10? What? Out
I'm
of
gonna
10,
go.
rather?
I'm gonna go 8.5, mate. Genuinely.
Very high, mate.
Genuinely.
That's very high.
Very,
for
very,
Mahmood.
very good. Very good.
Decent, mate.